something that is unchanging. You're leaving and I'm always waiting. Everything you wanted I've been, but all I am to you is a friend. You can't give up so easy on this, and I'm losing my mind, God. You're so easy. You won't get you choose me. Don't wanna be just a friend, so I'll try. Same mistakes. You can't see me up so easy on this, and I'm losing my mind, 'cause you're so easy. You won't get you choose me. Don't wanna be so free, 'cause I'm
tuna fast forward, mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. I'm on a ngoja wa kupika marathon, kaza hustle.
Kaza hustle. Warazi watembe, ule mishoka bado na skill ya wembe. Injili meoga, itabak ni wapende. So kamna mboga, hizi buzz ni kasembe. Wako chuma utadhani wame crossbreed na metal. I don't bite, niko soki na dental. Mitaani najua, mbogi ma metro. Yesu makamagera na meshogi wa metro.
Kamtu wake peke, aje duniani ili atufie. Sababu ya damu yake, mina wetu na uzima wa milele. Haijalishi no mapiga sala, Mola atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori atageuza sawa.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe. I know my Jehovah is good for real. Nothing can change my mind on him. Ananipenda, trust me for free. Kila nakoenda is my company. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo. Ulipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
Time is money, so I spend kwa misa. Wana content, tushawa frightened kuandika. Hapa ni buzz bila license ya lika. Umetu equip na hisi high sense na mika. No digri hundio mwito, original hundio mpiko. Jiwe na lao, we live in a mission. Na kani negative, the better keep off. Rara rara rara, Yesu is strong. Na sifa zake zitambe.
atakupa namna, atakuvusha salama, ngori atageuza sawa. You're my strength, you're my muscle. Shuleni nipo kidato, devo nakula kichapo, lipo ni papo, maisha yangu ni yako. You're my one and only.
Rada yake sinibambe, na sifa zake zitambe.
Rada ya Yesu ibambe, na sifa zake zitambe. I got flows, hii ni mizizi kauna po tuna fast forward. Mziki ngumu bila dosa ka cash flow. Ama nangoja wa kupika marathon, kaza hustle.
Siwezi shukisha juu hata sikupanda. Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, na ulisema unanipenda kuliko pesa. Tetelo form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, na ulimwengu unaweza leta, unaweza beba. Osiep na form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, na hiyo chakula nilikula mi silipi. Jedwong form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, emergency sishiki, ukiniita mi sikuji. Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, emergency sishiki, ukiniita repeat offender. Mzigo, sinilete mzigo. Na kilo, but siezi beba kilo. Halafu, siezi tishiwa na do. Nakauelewi ujumbe, itaka free delivery. Si explain, takwacha ujione tu vizuri. Na nilicheka timu yako ndio ilishindwa juzi. Na nimesema mara mingi mimi sirudi. Na nimesema mara mingi mimi sirudi. Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, emergency sishiki, ukiniita mi sikuji. Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, emergency sishiki, ukiniita mi sikuji. Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, emergency sishiki, ukiniita mi sikuji. Omera form sitaki na simu mi sipigi, emergency sishiki, ukiniita mi sikuji. Omera form sitaki, nimesema form sitaki, na simu mi sipigi, na ukipiga mi sishiki. Omera form sitaki, nimesema form sitaki, na simu mi sipigi, na ukipiga mi sishiki. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Manase kwenye mic. Na njora wa manjaro. Mini weni mini mouse. Tufike pale Disney, ribbon shati na blouse. Uliza Tom and Jerry kapati nataka clowns. Ama two stupid dogs, sisi tuko down bet. Nimepanga nina space ya two. Date kama tunda, breakfast for two. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Here you go, Pawa balloon, miss canning hum, I'm your bear balloon. Call it serendipity, villain, I feel so due. Who knew to odd ones could even out the mood. Love TBT kama rapa magoo. Sweet kama pipi shika rapa I do. Si mas kwenda kinki pewa sweetie ya you. Ni mimi ni tekiti role play ni through. So come through, hapo kwangu kama 5+2. You like food, nina wagu in a sick na soup. You want proof, okay maybe ni kanyagu ya chum. Babora time na you, the rest si must to do. To vibe mama, kama rumba mama. Improvise na cham, hamna haraka hata. Mina wewe dada, ni time so tam sana. Songea karibu mama, hii ni just for you. Cause nimepanga nina space ya tu. Date kama tunda breakfast for 2. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Nimepanga nina space ya tu. Date kama tunda breakfast for 2. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons.
Dexter na Johnny Bravo. Tumekuja na ingine form juvenile. Sijui tukuite superwoman. Baby umeweza kama Kim Possible. Undeniable, Kelly tukaue. Ekangu tapye, nuwe resident. Na kwa president maembe maukamba got nothing on you, yeah. Makwase masoso nimeue. Ukangonye kusua no aisieli kaiele. Na kwa nina space for you, yeah.
Nimepanga nina space ya tu. Date kama tunda breakfast for 2. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Nimepanga nina space ya tu. Date kama tunda breakfast for 2. Tuseme nina hope ya you. Vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons.
Cha mama kalongolongo nivo hapana, nivo hapana. Cha mama cha baba kalongolongo nivo hapana, nivo hapana.
Nimepanga nina space ya tu. Date kama tunda breakfast for 2.
Tell me why you won't come out tonight. I know you feel a type of way. No need to hide away from me. Na ukifika nipate kule kwenye kumeshika. Sema you will come my way. Joto cheze karate, yeah. Vibes on vibes. Vile umeweza sisi tunaweza vibe. Chocolate dark skin in a all white. Umedunga nice vile mimi who like. So come outside, wewe uta nice. Tell the DJ play it twice. Wait a little ice. Let's bring the night alive. Nice, nice,
Come boy, pool full of liquor, ukinialika. I wanna drown with you, be your mister. With your waist on my waist, one down, no his. Kwa kitanda si tutafika. And give me what your mama gave you, make it mine. Bad body, you're my body, fine by design. Undi ukionsisi, I'ma be quite risky. You make a boy, make a ploy, and I'm quite tipsy. I don't know how the night is gonna be by morning. Long as you with me and morning. Tongue kissing, half you, I'm talking. When it's over, don't be shy when it's over.
vibes on vibes. Vile umeweza sisi tunaweza vibe. Chocolate dark skin in a all white. Umedunga nice vile mimi who like. So come outside, wewe uta nice. Tell the DJ play it twice. Wait a little ice. Let's bring the night alive. Nice, nice, nice.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Miss Caroline Murote, and this is Sheversations right here on Power Radio. This is the last Friday of September, and are you ready for October? Tumefanya 3/4 of the month. Yani 3/4 of the month, and now we're in the 4th quarter. What have you guys achieved? Nimekuwa nikiwaambia that I started my year in August, so how are you guys faring along? And hii wiki imewapeleka aje ama meipeleka? Sijui, sometimes I feel like napeleka, like I'm the one, I'm in the driver's seat, and then sometimes I feel like niko tu mali tu mtanishukisha, mkijisikia mtasimamisha gari, because at this point sijui tumefika wapi. How are you guys feeling? I'm so happy that the sun is back. It is a beautiful, warm, sunny morning, and I am very excited to be here having this Sheversation with you. If you want to reach out to us, feel free to do so. We are live on YouTube. We are live on our website, Power Radio. You can check us out there. You can also reach out to us on our social medias. That is on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, on TikTok, and Malitu nataka. Hata kama you want to send us smoke signals, maybe we'll get it. We're spiritual, deep people on the inside. And if you want to speak to me directly, you can do so at Caroline Murote on all platforms, Caroline_Murote on Instagram, and I will be glad to have that conversation, that Sheversation with you. How are the girlies feeling? We've had vibes on vibes by Njere. You've been enjoying some music. Yes, we had Space Here Too by Alsafa Njora and Manasseh Shalom, and Polaris Pauline saying Omera na kiburi akisema achana na mimi, staki omera zako, salamu zako. Is that how it's going, guys? Squeezy wanaume wamejua kutuongelesha mabado. Because guys, the way guys approach you out here kwa matatu, like, why are you forcing issues? Like, it's time for us to upgrade, guys. It's time for us to upgrade. Can we please find ways to make money to upgrade, and then we don't have to be approached by weird men in matatus? And I'm not saying that if you're driving or if you're taking whatever other mode of transport, you wouldn't be approached, but you reduce the chances significantly. So let me know what interesting or weird or frustrating matatu experiences you have. That is our question of the day. What interesting, weird, frustrating matatu experiences do you have, or public transport? It might be a tuk-tuk, might have been, another mode of transport. Let me know, because I have plenty of stories, and I'm glad that we get to spend time this 2 hours, because I'll be able to let you know vitu zenye nimepitia, and let me tell you, it's a lot. It is a lot. Well, before we get into what's happening na vitu nimepitia, let's have some energy from Polaris, Mayonde, MDQ, and HSKE.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Maisha ina stress but sitachoka, manake mimi staya mimi nyota, Mungu peke ndio mimi nitaogopa. Get back azuna choma daily na meremeta, form yangu ni kutesa, usikol kama si pesa, bade na chipeleka, nina selela dombola, mande mana lose composure. We catch flies, not feelings, leo tuna dance for ceiling. Don't waste my time, don't miss my energy, don't kill my vibe, don't miss my energy. Let's say goodbye, just fly around with me. Let's spend some time, just spend some time with me. Feeling important, feeling like something is coming all over me. Feel like a soldier, feel like I'm going to war with the enemy. I've gotten older, I'm very comfortable with my identity. It's never over, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm feeling hypnotized. take off my disguise. I got myself the prize. I don't mean to be shy. All I can do is try. Don't waste my time. Don't miss my energy. Don't kill my vibe. Don't miss my energy. Let's take a ride. Just fly around with me. Let's spend some time. Just spend some time with me.
Some people search and seek until they find the light. Some people think that everything they think is right. Some people don't believe in peace, they want to fight. Some people not my type, some people not the vibe.
Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa. Shida yetu yote tatuliwa. Maisha yetu imebarikiwa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
The time is 24 minutes past 11. Let me know what weird or interesting or strange Matatu experiences you have had. As for me, Stawambia Sai, I'm not going to tell you right now. I just want to hear your stories first. Yeah, what's going on is that, Nairobi reality shows, guys, because, Nairich, what's going on there? What's going on? From the times of Nairobi Diaries, from the days of Nairobi Diaries with Akina Verasidika, Huda Monroe, when none of us were supposed to be watching those shows. What's going on now? Because I feel like that show, nobody was agreeing with it, but everybody was watching it. And then there's been Rich Housewives of Nairobi, which was on Showmax. Gani ingine yenye sikumbuki. Guys, can I just say that Kenyan reality shows are very shallow? Am I allowed to say that? Or will I get cancelled? Honestly, we need to do better because I feel like there are so many interesting personalities. Like, the interesting personalities are not interested in what it seems to be the career for clout chasers. Yes, I said what I said. Oh my goodness. They're going to come for me. No, guys, we need to be honest with ourselves. If you are going to, there was the Bahatis, which made it to Netflix. It was very, let me just say, wardrobe was on point. Somebody had an idea. Execution, I'm not so sure. And the thing is, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade. I'm just saying that if you're going to put together a reality show, maybe just take a leaf from Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something. Like, they have been on their airwaves for decades now. People hate them, but they still watch them because they seem to have figured out storylines, like create drama, like isikue mnaongea tu mnaongelea vitu zenye haziko. First of all, you're famous for being famous, and then now you're in a reality show because you're famous, and in the reality show where you're there for being famous, you're not doing anything. Imagine it's a lot. Like, that's just so many levels of nothingness to the point where it becomes excruciatingly painful when you think about it. And so, every time I think about Nairich, I get a headache. Let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm being a hater, if you think I'm being too hard on them, let me know. But I feel like Foina, Rispa, Mbare, KRG, I feel like as individuals, they have so much to offer. But it seems that just because you're famous and popular does not mean that you should be on a reality show or hire somebody. Hire Eugene Bogwa, the Chalo culture. That's Betty Chalo and her sisters. I think that one tried. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I genuinely think that one tried, because it was easy for you to keep watching. You're like, this could be better, but it wasn't all that bad. So I feel like Schneiderich, I'm not sure who's producing this show. But whoever it is needs to go back to the drawing board, because I don't always blame the personalities. The issue is that when you're the personality and the name that's carrying the show, if you're on the show because of your name, which is a lot of the time the point of the reality show is that you would cast somebody, or these people would come together and cast themselves because they have a name. So they're like, do I have many followers on Instagram? Check. Do I maybe have some following on YouTube or TikTok, some other social media sites? Yes. So then, see, that translates to viewership? No, it does not, because it's easy for me to give a page a follow if a couple of times I've seen something interesting and I want to follow through. So I might follow that page and flip. I've gotten the news of your post. I've understood the point of your reel in less than 2 minutes. If you're asking me to sit down for 30 minutes plus, that's another story if I don't particularly find you interesting. We are a very short span generation right now, and it doesn't matter how old you are. Anybody who's using social media right now has been subconsciously trained to have a short attention span, to the point where you're really not going to sit down and watch something for long unless it has a lot of value or a lot of intrigue. The hook needs to be clinging on, needs to be fighting for dear life for you to be sitting somewhere for 30 minutes to watch something, especially when you were not sure. So this one is not make sure, it's not giving. Hatuko sure, guys. So please, wasiwa reality show Kenya, please, can being famous not be the only prerequisite? Thanks. Okay, what else is happening? What else is going on is that I love how this new generation is taking advantage of social media, because if you use your phone a lot, if you're on Instagram, on TikTok, then you would have seen the story of a girl. I'm not sure what her name is, but she's all over every page that posts Sidrima gossip, Maudaku, and celebrity news and viral news, right? So she confronted a matatu because conductor hakuwa anataka kumpea change yake. And so she's like, she starts fighting. She's like, nipe change. And then some random guy from the back is like, we nyamaza. And she's like, who do you think you are? My money? You're telling me to keep quiet. And then she starts fighting everybody. And then when the conductor says that she's going to give her the change, because according to her, he was avoiding her. And she had 50 mbele nyuma in her words. And so she said, Eish, I've seen spaces where they reach a particular stage, sana sana uko sides a thicker road, and then they don't come back. So Yumsea ange potena change yake, and she was trying to make sure that everybody knows this man owes me change. Give me my money. And so after the conductor finally said that she was gonna give her change, she told everybody, pole basi. And it was funny. And she said because she's a content creator, the minute she realized that was gonna be drama, she immediately switched on her phone. So she's actually the one, her camera, she's the one who recorded it. And so Dr. Kingori was asking, no, actually it was Ofuneke. Dr. Ofuneke was asking her, so were you actually angry? She's like, yeah, I did get angry, but also I was enjoying myself. And I love how everything is an opportunity on social media for Gen Z. And truly, that's really entertaining. And so now how are you going to hate on people who know how to market themselves? Because she's already gained followers. She already has a name for herself just because she put that clip on social media and it went viral. And I feel like as much as you want to hate on people for being on social media, socialites, if it's working, it's working already. On another note of Kenyans being Kenyans, so there is a clip on BNN Basic of people in Mlango Kubwa who saved a store owner from law enforcement officials who allegedly, I love how they say allegedly, but if you're Kenyan, if you will continue being Kenyan, then you know that when it's police, allegedly nakuanga too for PR. But yes, allegedly intended to steal from her. Walikuwa wamechukua gas cylinder, and I'm like, are we pretending? Are we actually pretending like law enforcement officers don't steal? Because we all watched on national TV a month ago when police raided, or the aftermath of the raid on Jimmy Wanjigi's home, where they stole millions worth of everything. Like, unachukua earrings for what? Investigation yako. It involves earrings and Rolex watches, guys. It involves PlayStations and iPhones. Okay, iPhones and laptops, I understand if you're looking for information. Lakini mbona mnachukua ma necklace? Mbona mnachukua jewelry? Like, what is the reason and why would you not return it? So let's not act like they don't steal from the richest people in this country as well as the poorest people in this country. And it actually begs the question, yes, we might have a very dishonest culture when it comes to money and people's property. Most people are willing to take what's not theirs because of the economic situation, and that seems to be a culture that is second nature to us. I said that because I see that every single day in corporate spaces. Very educated, very exposed people are very willing to steal money and pocket it. That is all our politicians and some of your bosses. Do you understand? And now, when it comes to the business world, how many pickpockets do we have in Nairobi? How many con people do we have on social media selling clothing, selling luxury items, selling toiletries, electronics? How many times have you actually entered a store and bought a counterfeit thing, and when you went back, nothing? Or you go for a job interview where you pay some recruitment fee, and if you're paying recruitment fees to be hired in this Nairobi, just know that you are very umeiva for scams. Like, they're looking for people like you, because where kama ijakufikia that those are scams, I'm so sorry, fam. Please don't pay people recruitment money to get you jobs. Please don't do, like, until you're in the interview, you've signed a contract, be paid. Don't pay anybody. Like, you're asking them for a job so that you can give them value and then they can give you money. So why would you be giving your employer money? It makes no sense. And if it's an actual agency that you need to pay, let it have papers, let it be legitimate, let it be registered, let it have a following online. Have, what do you call this? Have recommendations from people, real life humans that you know, and follow the paper trail. Just see what they've been doing for how long. Just because a company has a website and somewhere online for you to fill in some information does not make it credible. So with that being said, I'm just wondering, with our law enforcement, is it that they're hungry, or are they just Kenyans? Are they hungry, or are they just Kenyans? Or are they hungry and evil? Are they hungry and soulless? So what's actually going on with law enforcement? Because hizi story tunazisikianga mpaka tunachoka, to the point where it almost does not matter. It doesn't matter. So moving right along, congratulations to the Wajiza's family, because whether you love them or hate them, you can't lie that these people have been setting standards. They've been setting standards. Mnadhani nyinyi mtafanya pregnancy reveal, mababy shower na helicopters and blue smoke. They're like, no, guys. We're just going to run to Dubai and we're going to do our baby bump reveal. We're going to do our pregnancy reveal. And honestly, when it comes to content creation, these guys really top the charts in this country, because whether you like them or you hate them, you're going to hear about them. You're hearing about them right now. And I'd just like to say congratulations, because they seem to be happy together and they are really firm on their idea and message that the whole reason why they create content is to show people that marriage works. So whether there's struggles or not, wherever it is that you're coming from, wanajitanga boy wa Dandora na msichana wa Kayole. Ama it's the other way around. It's boy wa Dandora and msichana wa Kayole. No, msichana wa Dandora and boy wa Kayole. Yeah, that's what they normally say. So yeah, I guess that's encouraging and that's very interesting. But to a very sober news is that they had a memorial for the Endarasha boys who perished in a school fire overnight a while back, and that is so sad. And I listened to this video that was live on YouTube, and I listened to them saying, so and so artistic and creative, so and so considerate and a good leader, so and so, and I'm just like, is this enough? You've brought a child into this world, you've raised them all the way to grade 7. And all you get back from the institution that you sent them to is your son was a good boy. Some things just break my heart. Some things just shatter me from the inside. And, is there a comprehensive report? Is there a comprehensive compensation? Because this was and is a government institution. So what happens when you lose more than 100 boys? What happens? I don't understand. Wow. I don't even want to focus on that. And then on international news, this is just a shout out to our dope woman doing dope things from last week, Miss Lupita Nyong'o, who's gotten her podcast, Mind Your Own, being advertised on Times Square in New York. And in case you don't know, that's a big deal. It's like the biggest, what do I say? It's like New York is a walking billboard. Every single building has screens digital screens, electric screens, huge ones. So if you need to advertise something, it takes a lot of money and a lot of influence to get your stuff on there. So she's just like, I can't believe I made it. So because there's a video circulating, you can find it on her social media pages where she's crying and she's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And that's just a reminder that regardless of where you come from, regardless of your situation in life, you can make it to the very top. You just need to keep believing in your dreams. And like she told us when she won her Oscar for 12 Years a Slave, your dreams are valid. So that is what has been happening. If there's more that's going on that you want to hear discussed here on Sheversations on Power Radio, then let me know, let us know over on our social media platforms, Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook, and Caroline_Murote or Caroline Murote across the same platforms. And before we get into our dope woman doing dope things on this Friday, we are going to hear from Keith and saying to Mechoka, and Elevate by Mahanji and Shani. Let's get into it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Ati wanatusimamia hajagani sitingala wamejaza magunia pesa zetu ndio wanakabwa tumebaki tukiumia sisi tutawanyamaza siku zinakaribia miti yote yanateleza tangu tuwape viti mmetufanyia nini vitu vidogodogo kutufunga macho jasho zetu na bidii tuonyesheni risiti mstahiki mea tumechoka na hadithi tumechoka hamtujali sasa tumechoka hamuoni vile tumechoka sisi sote sasa tumechoka. Tunaona sana vile mnatufanya tunawatazama wakati umefika wakati wa kushuka tumechoka kuzungushwa sasa tumeungana tumechoka hamtujali sasa tumechoka hamuoni vile tumechoka sisi sote sasa tumechoka.
Na ajue sasa hii ni mwanzo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
I call it imani wakifuata do nafuata umami king kingdom ya Mungu. Serikali nimeokoka, Yesu ndo jemedari.
Naangalia nyuma naona mkono wako, checking mbele mi naona only favor yako. Worry is a thing of the past, keep it in the past. I wanna go on to the next, I'm off with the past. I'm all about Jesus and I don't take it lightly. I'm not of this world, no, I'm no longer like it. I'm now a resource, I know the real source. Always on toast, Chukua kingdom, not need by force.
Man, I got pressures up in my life, but your love is amazing. Man, I got a lot going on right now, but your love is amazing. We just elevate, we just smile on, we elevate. We just elevate, we just smile on, we elevate.
Tangu day one, no kona designer. Keep me fine, fine, God unani minder. Baba on a good plan, good plan. Trust you to hold my hand, my hand.
Trying is best, but it's better when you love him. I believe in Jesus, that's my faith, and I'm all in. Chained to the call, come up Paul, nearly changed from Saul. Changed my ways, and now I'm a new being of course. None like you, Baba. None could I ever reach you, Baba. Man at the top and you reign, Baba. Open the floodgates, make it fall down like a shower. Man, I got pressures up in my life, but your love is amazing. Man, I got a lot going on right now, but your love is amazing. We just elevate.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
If you're just joining me here on Sheversations, the time is 11:45, and today we are shouting out a dope woman doing dope things. We have been talking about what's happening, a couple of weird things, a couple of sad things, a couple of infuriating things, and our question of the day is, what interesting, weird, frustrating experiences have you had on public transports? And then there's me. Guys, the amount of drunk men that have laid on my shoulder. Ish, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know who to address. I don't know where to report them. Like, it's okay. It's okay, guys. Go enjoy your lives. Go drink your lives away. It's fine. Like in mbona unanilalia, why do you smell so bad? That's not that. It doesn't sound it doesn't smell legal. Like that, the breath. And then these guys will try to talk to you. They're waking up every time there is a bump in the road. Wanaamka wanakuongelesha, and then they stop talking to you mid-sentence. And then there's me here trying to use my phone, trying to, edge my shoulder away from this gentleman because I don't want to be rude. It's fine. I get it. You're going through a lot. Self-imposed, but a lot nevertheless. Lakini sasa mbona unanilalia? Kwa matatu mbona unanilalia? Like, please, no. No, can you have friends that you go drinking with, please, guys? Can you have friends so that if you're going to take matatus home, unaeza lalia beshte yako? Because it's very strange. It's a very uncomfortable experience. Having to tolerate a drunk person for 30 minutes of your day. At the end of the day, when you're supposed to be getting home, you're very tired. You're looking forward to resting. And, let's not talk about the sexual harassment. Actually, let's talk about the sexual harassment. Let's talk about the sexual harassment because how many women do I know who have told me that they have seen a man taking out his jewels to start to do the thing, to masturbate next to them or in front of them, or fondling themselves. I have seen a man fondling himself next to me and he was looking at my thighs. He was like 2-3 people away. Pale nyuma, pale backseat, he was sitting by the window. I think I was sitting katikati. And then I just saw weird movement. Like, at the side of your eye, you just catch this thing. You're just like, what's going on? And then you see his hand is inside, like his crotch, and he is rubbing. And he's looking at your thighs, which were covered. And even if they were not covered, still, what level of this, like, hawa watu wanafaa kupelekwa wapi? I don't know. Because at that point, you're so uncomfortable that you don't even know what to say. Like, you just want to vomit. You want to hide. You want the ground to swallow you up. Ama you just want to bit the living daylights out of this person. I've had a matatu driver grope my thigh. Nikiwa nimeketi pale mbele, right next to the gear shift. And then instead of moving his gear shift, he moves it and then he rests his hand on my thigh and then he squeezes gently. And oh my God, I swear. Sijui, I just thank God that I'm not a physically violent person, because what I did is I told him to stop the matatu and I got off at 10 p.m. Pale barabara ya kwenda Banana. This was a few years back. Actually, it was a lot of years back. This was way back, I think 2016 or 2017. And I was like, listen, no. So I just got off. I just said, Smamisha, and I got off because I wasn't going to start fighting with the driver, and I was in his vehicle. I could smell something on his breath. So as a woman, I have experienced a lot in my tattoos. I've also experienced some humorous shows, some grannies telling funny stories, because now why do I know about Jambi and Jambi's 3 children? Hey, people's shows are so sweet, and sometimes they're exhausting, but that's a pleasant experience, you know, and just like some funny stories when people are asking for change, like the story we shared earlier. So what are your weird, interesting, strange, infuriating public service vehicle experiences? Let us know across all our socials. That will be Power Radio and Caroline Murote. Our hashtag is Sheversations and Sheversations with Miss Murote. And here we are tuning in and powering up. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I hope you are. And right about now, we are celebrating Anyawera Gashugi. Yay! So she is a dope woman doing dope things. And man, is she not dope, isn't she? Like, what do you think? Do you know who that is? You're about to find out right now. So she is a Kenyan TV host. She wears so many hats. She's an author. She has a communications agency where she's the lead strategist, and it's called Torah Communication. And she graduated from Daystar University with a Bachelor of Commerce, a BCom in marketing. And she did this degree between 2012 and 2016. So if she decided to run for president, which she should, we wouldn't be wondering degree zake ziko wapi, you know, kama watu wengine. I won't mention names. No names mentioned. I don't want anybody coming for me. Government, we honor you. We respect you sometimes. And then right after graduating from Daystar University, she moved on. Hakuwa mechoka. She's like, I need more. Give me more. And then she graduated from USIU, that's a United States International University, with a bachelor's degree in PR, that's public relations, advertising, and applied communication. That's quite a mouthful. A degree in public relations, advertising, and applied communication. So that was between 2017 and 2020. So huyu msichana from 2012 to 2020, she's been like those glasses and that cute book owl look that she has. It's not for PR. Like amekuwa kisoma. She's been doing a lot. Yes, and she happens, in case you didn't know, she happens to be married to one of our faves, Moji Shot Baba, who is one of the, you know, what do I say? He's one of the longest lasting, or has lasted one of the Kizungu, one of the longest lasting Kenyan gospel artists, in the sense of he got into the scene a while back and he's still relevant now. In fact, he's one of the most relevant, not just gospel, but generally artists in Kenya, because a lot of his songs trend. And I'm not saying that the relevance of somebody's art is dependent on numbers or trending, but somehow it also kind of is. And the fact that most Kenyans know who Moji Shot Baba is. And so yeah, they're a cute couple. They're cute. I love the height difference. Honestly, you can't. I have seen them together, and honestly, they look together. They look one. They look together, like they look like they belong together, despite the height differences. And I love how they're breaking stereotypes. And they're like, hey, tall girl, short guy, watch us kill it. And they have the sweetest conversations on YouTube, a couple of interviews. And I'm happy for them. And this year, they were celebrating their third anniversary. So happy marriage to them. But now for Miss Nyawira, she is a branding girly. She's all about branding, and she has so many interviews. You just need to type in her name on YouTube. She's somebody who has a lot to say, and I would have to say that a lot of things that she says make, so if not everything, makes sense. Yes, so who is she? The lady is a sold out Christian. She is a minister of the gospel. And then her name on every digital space, she likes to be known as Miss Understood. So not misunderstood as in sikuelewa, but like Miss Caroline, Miss, and then the word understood. So she is misunderstood, which is such a smart play on words, because you would think she's saying misunderstood, but then actually understand me and understand that we are saying misunderstood. Ooh, so claps. I'm fire, I know. Oh my God, somebody take me out. Alafu, she is a writer. So she has written a few devotionals series, which is titled Long Post Alert, which is quite fitting for the fact that she's very verbose. And I love that because she's a wordsmith. So her devotionals are worth a read. She is a speaker, she's an MC, and she's a moderator. So again, talking is her forte, and we love to hear it. Miss Gashuge is passionate about training people in the area of confidence, in the area of public relations, and she is a certified confidence coach. She's a TV host at KTN Home. She is a thinker and also a community builder. Yeah. So she's doing all of that. I have seen it. I've gone to a few events that she's been a part of. And I would love to say, or rather, let me say that she is one of the most impactful speakers that I've had the pleasure of sitting in the audience, as she was sharing what she has. Because you go to events and there's panelists, and normally there's that one person who you're looking forward to. And I didn't know her until I attended one of her events. And boy, oh boy, you ask her the simplest questions and she has the most, it seems so effortless for her. She knows how to make everything sound deep. And that's the thing. She's not making it sound deep because she is a deep person. So it's not something that she's trying to do. So I love that. Today we're talking about personal branding. So the thing with Miss Nyawira is that she is all about personal branding. And so when I was going across her content, when I was preparing to come give this wonderful woman her flowers and just shout her out for all the dope things that she's doing, her as a confidence coach, her as a moderator, as a community builder, as a speaker, an MC, and just talking about how women can plug into these spaces, which for some reason have also been very male dominated, because since when was talking a man's thing? Like, women talk more than men. So it's funny when it's almost hard to find relevant moderators or MCs who are women, like in terms of their popularity, in terms of their traction, in terms of the kind and the caliber of events that they are being given to host. And again, not the ones but generally, when you think about it, MCs and moderators are more often than not men. And it's just, spaces like Power 254, we are very intentional about representing women and making sure that everybody's voice is heard, just like we are listening to each other, having this conversation here on Sheversations today about Miss Nyawira. So she taught me, gave out a few lessons in personal branding. So before we actually dive into that, because that's our topic of the day, as a woman, how can you brand yourself and why does it matter? We've said that as women, we need economic freedom. We need economic justice. We need to bridge the pay gap. We need women to be literate. We need women to be leaders. We need women to be educated, because you educate a woman, you educate the society. So with all that said, branding is something that is so important in today's digital age. Tusha fikiwa na AI. I was just watching a video last night, or was it this morning, where there was a man in the US being arrested by a robot. He was in this roadside motels, and it was the first floor. So the police were like, we don't feel like dying today or catching bullets, so let's send in this robot who sprayed tear gas into the room. Like the robot ripped the window and then sprayed tear gas, and then the man shoots at the robot, but because you can't hurt a robot, you can destroy it, you can't hurt it. The robot, I guess, whatever bulletproof coating it had, the bullet didn't affect it. So what happens is that the man is like, oh my goodness, this robot, I'm gonna fight you, because I don't know, it's just so dumb. Like, if you're cornered, you're cornered. Kubali too. And so the man comes out of the door thinking that he's just gonna shoot at the robot. No, the robot like quickly trips this man and drives over him, literally, and that was the robot arresting the man. It was a light, small, cute little tiny robot. But the kind where, like, you see how if a bag of what? Like a bag of maize that wasn't that heavy, ikikwangukia and then like is lying on half your body, it wouldn't be easy for you to just jump up. So yeah, so it ran on top of him, literally wheels on top of his body, on his stomach, on his torso, and then now the cops were able to run in and actually apprehend him and arrest him. So I thought that, oh my goodness, tumenda mbali. So in this day and age of the internet and AI, we need to understand how to position ourselves out there. So for those people that have the privilege to access the internet, to access devices that give them platforms on the internet, then personal branding is key. And this is all from Nyawera Gashugi, because her being about personal branding, you find that there isn't a lot of personal information about her, rather what she is about, which I honor so much, and that's such a different take on how you present yourself on the onlines. And because she's intentional about branding herself, she talks about what she does as opposed to small details about herself, so this is mostly what you're gonna find is she's gonna tell you what you need to do, what as a Christian, what you need to do as a woman, what you need to do as a married woman, what you need to do as somebody's girlfriend, what you need to do as a content creator. She's just somebody who is full of wisdom. She's I don't even want to call her an Oprah, because no, Oprah is great, but Nyawera Gashugi is very different. She is a force to reckon with in her own right. So this is what she said. Yes, she said that branding is basically positioning your name in a certain way where you introduce who you are, where you are, and what you offer. You introduce the value attached to that name in branding, and it's not about the numbers that you're getting when you brand yourself, it's about the value. So the aim is, let me give value and then the numbers will follow. So when you're thinking about branding yourself, if you want to grow in numbers, give value. So that's what she says. She also said that everybody must brand themselves because you don't exist until people know that you exist, which is interesting because, again, when it comes to the digital age, that's the only way that unrealistic amount of people are going to get to know you, because in real life, unajua your gate man, your mama mboga, your driver, your colleagues, your family members, and a couple of other people. But now, if we want to be relevant, we are applying for jobs, we're looking for networking, we are hiring people, we are the ones asking people to come network with us. The best way to do that is to have online presence, is to save people's phone numbers, have people's emails, follow people on social media and ask them to follow you back. And basically, that is why anybody who has any sort of digital platform, any presence online, must brand themselves, according to her. And she says that you don't exist until people know you exist. So if you actually want people to know that you exist, you should brand yourself, not just exist on social media, but literally brand yourself. And she says, how do you brand yourself? You introduce yourself as who you are, and then what you are. I am Caroline Murote. I am a radio host. I am a poet. I am a writer. Da 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 da. And then where you are, where you exist. I exist in the communications world. I am a communications practitioner. I am an artist. I am a creative, so that is where I am. And then what do I offer? So I can do this for you. I can moderate your event. I can come and host your radio show. I can do team building. And then in what space? So do you do these things online? Are you going to do it via a Zoom meeting? Are you going to do it in person? Are you going to do it in studio? So when you're thinking about branding, that's what she says. She says that you need people to know where you exist, what space, what do you offer, and then you must be in a space. you must actually decide, okay, I'm a corporate girly. No, I'm just an artist. Not just an artist, I am an artist. I'm in the beauty industry, specifically hair. I'm a hair expert. I am XYZ. I am a writer who specializes in children's literature. I am a writer who specializes in writing people's autobiographies or biographies. No, it's biographies. Autobiographies means that you've written it yourself. So that was a scam comment. Caroline, stop it. Yay. And so now once you've identified what you want to share, then you must realize that whatever it is that you're gifted in, now you must produce. So you don't just say that my name is so and so, and I can create for you the most beautiful piece of woodwork you've ever seen on a table, and then you have nothing to show for it. So your gift, you don't just tell people you're talented, you must show them the value of your talent. You must show them what your talent is producing, and this must come in the brand. So now if this is for social media, then you must have a CV, you must have a profile, you must have this is what I have been doing. This is what I've been doing. So you want to present yourself that way. I'm also learning, because honestly, my social media is very dead, but follow me. Pretend like I never said that. Follow me, please. Thank you. And you must know if whatever you're offering is tangible or intangible. If I'm talking to you, this is not tangible. You can't touch it. So maybe if you wanted to pay me money, you'd realize that you need to invite me to your event so that I can moderate it. But if I was selling soap, let's say soap which is made from natural ingredients, like cocoa butter, shea butter, and that's the kind of soap I'm selling, soap that doesn't have harmful toxins or chemicals, then that is a tangible product. So then you must put your product there at the front, so that when people think about this thing, they think about you. When you think about a good MC, you think about the person that has branded themselves that way. Mind you, those people who are looking at you, the rest of the world, have not experienced you, but you've created an image. And then now once you create this image and people buy into it, you must actually produce, because when you brand yourself and you have nothing to offer, that brand will die. It's just blowing hot air. It is just blowing hot air for no reason. If you have nothing to offer and you have branded yourself perfectly, you're just wasting everybody's time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your own time and resources. All those pretty photos are for nothing. So you must know what you're trying to achieve and what are you actually offering by your profiles, your social medias, your brand looking so beautiful, your reputation being so stellar. What is a reputation for? What are you good at? What are you known for other than looking good and taking good photos, right? So that's what she was teaching about. And then she said that a brand exists as a solution. When something lacks, that's where brands are created. So you must align your brand to something that you're offering that you feel like isn't being done well enough or isn't being offered at all. So the brand must be bigger than your name. So for example, if you're championing for period poverty, if let's give an example with Wangari Maathai. Whenever you think about Wangari Maathai, I think about trees. I think about tree planting. And tree planting is going to continue. Some people might never know Wangari Maathai existed. That would be very sad. But they might not know that Wangari Maathai ever existed. However, they will always know that in Kenya we plant trees. Why? Because she made sure that she left a legacy. So that is what a brand should do. A brand should go before you. A brand should be bigger than your name. So yes, people know you for this thing, but this thing must be a cause bigger than you. Not that the minute you die, that thing disappears. No, create something bigger than you or plug into something bigger than you. So when you're solution heavy, you're able to position yourself. And packaging yourself, like we've said, with nothing to offer is very noisy and annoying. It will die. And that is according to Nyawera Gashugi. And we are very big. She was so upset that we're very big on how we look that we forget what we offer. It's true. That's true. I have people that I grew up with and I look at their social media and I know what they do for a living. And then you look at how beautiful their social media looks like. And then you ask yourself, what is the reason? This is a little bit boring. It's not even making sense. It looks beautiful, but for what? Like, okay, you put beautiful pictures of yourself out there. It's not even memories. It's like you go to studio after studio after studio. You take aesthetic photo after aesthetic photo. what is it for? What do you want people to know about you? What do you want people to get? So if you're just using it as a static place to have a live photo album, that's okay. But then don't expect to get a lot of feedback from that. Like, don't expect for that to be long term, because as we're learning about branding from Nyawira, then you understand that that's gonna be short-lived, because you don't have anything you're offering. People are gonna get bored, and you're gonna have to keep on doing more and more and more. And it's just easier if you had something to offer, because as long as people need what you're offering, whether you have whether you look, how you're presenting yourself looks eye-catching or not, they're not coming for you, they're coming for what you offer. So they will continue coming. And there's so many brands. Let me talk about Tuskies. Yes, it died. But Tuskies, I think most people in Kenya love Tuskies, honestly speaking, because it had so much value to offer in that the prices were fair. And then there was so much variety all the time. Bora tu umeingia Tuskies, unatoka with everything you need if you don't mind buying everything from the supermarket. And I can't say the same for Naivas right now, because the prices are not as affordable as Tuskies were, and the variety really depends on the location. And sometimes, hey, shunapata vitu zingine zenye hazieleweki. You find really low quality things, and you realize that there's a lot going on behind the scenes as to who gets to put their products on the shelf. But that's a scandal for another day, guys. We are here talking about branding. We're here talking about Miss Nyawira and the things that she wants people to know about her, as well as about the importance of branding. So right about now, we are going to hear from Kweli, and that's by Njerai and Minor.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That was Njerai and Mala. I don't know why I'm baptizing people with new names. Sijui nimeona Maina wapi, lakini wacha nikwambie Maina. I need to become a serious person. Please munyombe. Please pray for me. I need to become a serious person. So we are talking about lessons from Nyawira Gashugi, and we are celebrating her as our dope woman doing dope things. Honestly, what dopeness looks like to you might be different from what it looked like, let's say in the 80s and 90s, when some of us were just ideas. We were pre-ordered. There's a friend of mine who says that you're pre-ordered. Like if you hadn't been born then, ulikuwa pre-ordered, you were waiting on delivery, right? And whatever was dope was maybe being a business person, maybe being a doctor, being a lawyer, being an engineer. And then now you have people with titles that most of our grandparents and some of our parents don't recognize, because when you tell somebody that you're a PR practitioner, what is that? When you tell them that you're a communications expert, they don't recognize what that is. And I find that this is such a diverse space that we're in, where you can create a career out of anything when you recognize that there is a need, which is what we're talking about. We're talking about when there is a need, you brand yourself according to that need. That is when you create a brand to solve a problem. So don't just be putting yourself on social media because everybody is. Yes, do it to network and to connect. Yes, use your Instagram as a photo album, but also intentionally think about, how do you want people to see you? Do you want to profit off of how you've presented your social media, how you've presented yourself anywhere where people are going to Google you, Google your name, look you up, and take advantage of that? So I'm feeling very challenged to stop using my Instagram as a photo album. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like, you can do more. If you are intentional, there's so many things that you can do about that, so that people aren't confused about who you are, and people can easily reach out to you, can find your people easily, because when people come to your profiles, they know exactly what you are about. So now let's talk about purpose. Purpose and branding is very important. Again, today we're talking about personal brands, and as we celebrate Nyawera Gashugi, we need to talk about purpose, because if you want to brand yourself properly, then you need to find a niche. You need to find what naturally makes your heart beat. And what you do is that you brand yourself around what you have a burden for. Some people have a burden, some people have a deep passion, some people must just do this thing. You must just advocate for girls who are, struggling from period poverty. You must speak against FGM. You must talk about deforestation and climate change. You must talk about the importance of supporting artists. You must talk about activism. That is your niche. If that is what you're passionate about, if that's what you have a burden for, that becomes your niche, or that is a good way to start at narrowing down on a niche on what should your personal brand look like. And you need to remember that in whatever it is that you're doing, because a lot of people want to be president on Instagram, they all want to be the best in their field. The point is to contribute in that area, and not necessarily to become the savior. To understand that whatever it is that you're looking for, fighting for, building, is not about you. Again, because we said a brand should be bigger than your name. It should be bigger than your personality, bigger than you as an individual. You're plugging into something or creating something that's bigger than you, that other people can jump on, and that's how you network. That's how you make money. So as a person, as a woman, you need to think about these things. That you need to identify what you have a burden for, what you're passionate about. But once you do that, you remember that just because you're not good at it, you're not coming to save the world. There's people who have done it before you and people who will do it after you. So you should be content to contribute and not necessarily take up the whole industry and create the change. There's a whole bunch of other people who are trying to do what you're doing. So the more you acknowledge that, the easier it will be for your brand to be successful, because you're not going to be in people's faces as if you're the only one who exists. It's very humbling to realize that kuna watu wengine kwa hii dunia, you do not exist in a vacuum. So when you have a niche, you express, it's an expression of your identity. So if I was to say that I'm a beauty creator like Maxine Wabosha, I would say that is an expression of her identity. She loves looking nice and she loves showing people how to look beautiful. And as a result, she's been able to get all of this brand endorsements and she's been able to make money from it. We have a lot of vloggers and bloggers who just started off by sharing. And because now they got platform, they got a following. Now you're able to have people who you relate with come and ask you if you'd like to collaborate, and you advertise for them because you have a lot of clicks, you have a lot of eyeballs. And so if you're not expressing yourself with a choker, you're going to build a platform making content that you don't care about, and then it's going to become a burden. Instead of something beautiful burdening your heart, now you're literally putting a burden on yourself. So please create a brand around something that you are willing to follow through on, something that you're growing in, something that you actually care about, because it is an expression of who you are. It is an expression of your identity. And we can't talk about identity without talking about purpose, because you form your identity from your purpose. Once you realize why you're on this earth, why you created, then that is who you start to become, as opposed to who you have been. You know, there's how you were raised, your culture, your church, your school, your tribe, your gender, the complexion of your skin, hairline yako inaanza wapi, inaishia wapi. That is how you've been knowing yourself. Mi naongea sana, mi siongeangi. Oh, I love this, I don't love this. But when you figure out what your purpose is, then you realize that your identity flows easily. And once you have a good sense of who you are, then it's very easy for you to create a brand around that. And a true brand is God-led, in the sense that if you have an honest brand, it should be coming from a point of honesty. It should be coming from a point of, this is why I was created, which is why I want people to know me this way. So don't just brand yourself according to the product that you're selling. Don't just brand yourself according to the job that you have right now or the job that you want to have. Brand yourself according to the way that God created you, and all these things will come and find you, because it will be purpose-led, and purpose. Walking in your purpose really helps you to become solid in your identity. And if you don't know where you came from, you can't know your purpose, which is where God, comes into the equation. So that's about purpose and thinking about, why was I created, before I start putting out this post on social media, before I start telling people this, before I start selling this kind of product. I would love to tell people what I exist to do on this earth. So even as I'm selling sabuni, as I'm fixing people's hair, as I'm selling them cars, let it be attached to purpose. And that is supposed to be the primary message that you communicate, because the day that you're no longer selling soap, cars, the day that you're no longer emceeing, you still want to have a brand. You still want to be known for something purposeful, so it's not a short-term thing. Miss Nyawera is taking us to church, because this is so much. This is so deep. And so what did she say as well? She said, don't compare yourself to others, because there's so many people whose brands look so beautiful. You hear this name and you're like, wow. We were talking about Ivy. We were talking about Ivy from previously from Over 25. And right now, when you hear Ivy, Just Ivy Africa, when you hear Just Ivy or Just Ivy Africa, you're like, wow. If she's not a mogul, she's becoming a mogul. And she said that she didn't know anything about investments or personal finances. And so she got a burden. And she realized that I really like these things, and these things are really important. So let me start teaching people. Let me start finding out. Actually, she started with finding out, and then she started sharing what she had with regards to the information that she was getting. So don't compare yourself to other people who might be doing something similar. Instead, learn from them. You might have a similar niche, but you will have very different expressions of that particular thing. I might be a radio host, and there is a million other radio hosts all over across the globe, and so many hundreds of others in this country. And if I would like to brand myself as a particular type of host, I would need to understand what I was called for, because I might really what's the English for this? I might really admire somebody else. They might really inspire me. Their content might be beautiful. They might have the most, the craziest voice that nobody can even fake. You can't, that's a God-given thing. But to understand that we are created for different things is so essential. So as you're inspired by people, as you're mentored by people, you need to be original and be yourself. So don't compare yourself. Just because you have similar niches does not mean that you have the same how or the same why. So what you do is that you study and you research. Okay, I want to be a hair expert for naturalistas on Instagram, on YouTube. What are other people doing? What's God saying about this? Whatever your sense of deity comes from, if you identify with anything supernatural, which you should, guys. Please do. You would ask yourself, why do I exist? And what are other people who exist for the same reason as me doing about it? What have people been doing? Is it effective? Do you like it when you watch it? Did it change your life? Is it changing other people's lives? And so you learn and get information. You get the skills because a lot of the time people are talented. They have brilliant ideas. They have burdens. And let me speak to like talents. People who are talented and really gifted. You're gifted and talented, but you lack skills. That's often the case a lot of the time when you're starting off. You can do this well. Everybody around you says that, oh my God, you're so good at this, you would do this well. But the reality of it is that you lack the experience, you lack the skills at that level. So how you bridge that gap is by putting in work and researching, studying, and you find mentorship. And then you sit down and you become an understudy to somebody who is doing what you want to do well. Not so that you can copy them, but so that you can learn and get the skills that you don't have. Because being talented does not automatically translate into being relevant, which is funny, but is very true. And I think Hollywood or the entertainment industry is a witness to this, because there are so many people that are mildly talented and are wildly famous. And there are so many people who are so talented, but because they don't have skills to market themselves, they don't have skills to brand themselves, they don't have the teams behind them, they don't have money, then nobody knows who they are. So actually that proves the point that branding is extremely important. And just because you're talented does not mean that you're skilled. So we all need to be intentional, especially as women who have so much inferiority complex, women who suffer from imposter syndrome. We need to understand that being talented is not the same as being skilled. And that's something that men are able to do easily in comparison to us. They're able to go out there and get the skills because they believe in themselves. So they go and they get qualified in whatever it is that they're talented in. And, they make it. So let's borrow a lift from their book, because they do that really well. So even when you find the area of your calling, which is oftentimes where you're gifted and talented, not all the time, but oftentimes is, then you need to do the heavy lifting of putting in the research and putting in the experience to get skills. And that's what Nyawera was saying. And then she said, she quoted the scripture and she said, show yourself approved. Show yourself approved, which is a scripture in the Bible to say, hey, what do you have? Put your money where your mouth is. And when you find your niche, serve people who are in it. Learn proficiency from others even before you start doing what you're doing. And you do this by watching them, from learning from their shortcomings, and actually helping them achieve their goals, which will teach you so quickly to do well what you're talented in faster than they did, because they're able to tell you, don't do that. That's not going to work. They've already tried it. They say that you make mistakes so that the people behind you don't have to. So if there's several people that you have access to who have succeeded in doing what you want to achieve well, then go and learn from them. Take time to learn from them. Seek mentorship. And instead of shooting blind, shooting in the dark, it won't work for you. Okay, already. And please don't copy. Be original. Just because you're inspired does not mean that you should lack authenticity. That's not what it means. And then our final lessons from Nyawera is that serving breaks the pride where you think that you're it. Wow. When you serve people, you realize that you're not it. You realize that you're not the only special one. There are so many special people, so many talented people, some more than you, some not as good as you are. But when you serve, you become humble and realize that it's not just about you, even if you want to brand yourself as the best in this area. Having humility that there are so many other people who have gone before you and who are going to come after you, and others who are at the same level as you, who are just as good, if not better, really keeps you humble. And that comes from service. That comes from doing research. That comes from working with other people. So please don't be an island. right? And realize that the ones that have come before you carry grace. So whatever it is that you want to achieve in whatever industry, there is a certain thing that they know that has made them successful because there's so many others like them who did not succeed. So even if you might think that I speak better than this person, I know how to do this better than this person, why are they getting it? There's something they figured out. There's something they figured out that you don't yet know. So the best thing is to learn from them as opposed to competing, because there's a healthy way to compete, and that's making yourself marketable, as opposed to the toxic way of, trying to be better than other people by bringing them down, or by just, this is a competition, I want to be number one. That's not what healthy competition looks like in the marketplace. Competition in a healthy way, business aside, just looks like you positioning yourself where people are able to compare you to other people on your level in a good way, to say that if we have 3 good moderators, then I would hire Nyawira for my event. I would hire Just Ivy for my event. I would hire Anne Wanyoike for my event, because they are all so good, because what they have to offer in the marketplace is competitive. So not the kind of competition that we were taught when we were growing up. That's not healthy, and these women will support each other, speak well about each other, while still achieving the same thing in their own different spaces. There is enough space for everybody. What else are we learning from Miss Nyawira? The last thing is that you should be in a posture of constantly learning by researching, serving, and killing the internal issues. That is pride, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and also knowing that you're the guy for the job. That if you have gotten your foot into an industry, into a space, into a job, into an area that you feel you don't belong, imposter syndrome, then you just need to decide that you're the guy for the job and do your best in that area. And that would actually help you when it comes to branding yourself, because you're confidently able to say, hey, I'm a really good team builder. Because you know that that's who you are, and you know that God has allowed you to have that talent, and you've been growing the skill. You're able to say, I'm a good MC, I'm a good moderator, I'm a good producer, I'm a good DJ, because you already know that you've done the work. And a lot of the time when you've not done the work, imposter syndrome carries you, even if you're talented and you could have gotten away with doing the work, doing the gig. But when you've put in the work, and you have qualifications, it doesn't have to be on paper, but if you have qualifications, then you would be able to say, I actually have done this before, and I've done a pretty good job, and this is the evidence. So please give me a chance. And that is Nyawira Gashugi. She is a trendsetter. She is a teacher more than anything. I would say that that's what she is. She is a teacher. She's an ideas girl. And she's a kind of person who makes you want to be better. Every time you listen to her speak, just go and watch her videos on YouTube. Read the articles that have been written about her, that you would find if you just Google her name, her stories about her marriage, her and her husband, the music industry, ministry, and how she juggles all of it, and as well as friendships. She has a podcast. She has the book. So please find out. Oh, no, not a podcast. The devotional, the long post alert. So you need to plug into that, because I feel like you'll be very well served. So that has been Miss Nyawira, and who we are having on next right now is X by Nikita and Sinanoma by Charisma. So enjoy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Mistakes shine away. I would have held you closer if I could. You're bitter than I could ever taste. Now I'm in love and I'm effing wasted. I would have held you closer if I could. And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. And what if I'm insane? Taking me for granted, I would never come to forgive myself. 'Cause I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm reminding you that you're mine. You're gonna wife me, and I'm hanging in the backseat, and I'm waiting for a chance to say bye. 'Cause we've been waiting for love that is real. Even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. What if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. 'Cause I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. Hanging in the backseat, hanging in the backseat. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, And even when we try to throw this all behind, I find myself inside of your arms again. And what if I'm insane and taking me for granted? I would never come to forgive myself. 'Cause I ain't tryna be your ex, so don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah. So don't call me if you wait. Tryna vibe on my way, I'm on top of my game. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Sheversations on the beat.
Another day, another crisis. Keyboard warrior still typing. Mini lava siku hizi spendi fighting. Na maheta hawawezi ntoa timing. Na hata wakinita guide, I know my baby will be by me. Na wakiniseti kwa IG, dawa ya watiaji huwanga silence. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zimenai. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sinanoma my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sinanoma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasi anda. Sinanoma my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sinanoma my guy. Sherehe na piganga na kikosi. Kwa mfuko pesa haikosi. Mademu wananitanga kiongozi. Vile mimi hutesanga Nairobi. Sele zimeripoti. Chini tuko kwa magoti. Akiwewe wewe usinirekodi. Kesho nipate mmesha niposti. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. Who I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zimenice. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sinanoma my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sinanoma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasi anda. Sinanoma my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sinanoma my guy. Sinanoma. Sinanoma my guy. Sinanoma. Sinanoma my guy. Sinanoma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasi anda. Sinanoma my guy. Nekakana weri, nekakana weri, nekakana weri. Oh, nekakana
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Charisma is just there saying, Seen and all my like, don't disrespect my lover. And Nikita is saying X. And Alukwana Sema, you're gonna marry me. You're gonna wife me. Ukija watu wana force mapenzi because it's 2024. You take everything by force. Muna force issues. Milisema in January muta force issues and enyewe. So like I said, we are talking about personal branding. What does it mean to brand yourself? What is that? We can't say that we are empowering women economically without letting them know what should you be doing before you even get your clients, before you get that explosive social media following, the beautiful art that you're making. How will people get to know you and get to know what you're about? So today we are talking about personal branding. We are talking about how to create a brand. Sana as a woman, and gentlemen, please join us, take a seat. Mtusaidie, keep us company. You are very, very much welcome, and you learn something. If you learn something, kudos to that. And while we are doing this, I still want to know, matatu ukwinje zinawapelekaje? What are your interesting, weird, and pleasant experiences that you've had on matatu rides? Please share across our platforms. That is our question of the day. I want to know. I'm very interested. So the first thing you do when you would like to brand yourself, guys, is to come up with a legend. A legend is once upon a time there was a man. This man ate spinach from a can. Who are you thinking about? You're thinking about Popeye. You know him? The cartoon who ate spinach? Because honestly, that's what I thought about. Like when I think about eating spinach out of the can, I don't even start to process, is it a real? It's like automatically, because you've branded yourself. Because these people have actually branded themselves in that particular way, because that's what the cartoon is known for. Like Popeye is strong because of spinach, which is actually a scam. It's a scam, guys. Spinach does not make you strong, but it's very, 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 very healthy. And what a legend is, that is your personal story. What are you about? What are you about? If you were to use a single phrase and summarize what you're about in one sentence, what would you say? I'm not sure what I would say. I have so much to say, but I'm just a girl who loves people, and I'm passionate about people who are passionate about their stories. I love telling stories in any way possible, and the best way I know how is to just have conversations. So that is my story. Now, if you want to get into details, come talk to me directly. Pia number and pesa ikopale. You can give me value for my time. Now mean? Yeah, but the first step is to come up with a legend. Basically decide what your story is. Let it be a true story. Let it be a personal story. Let it be something that actually matters, as opposed to something that happens that you think you can use strategically. Yes, and when you describe yourself, come up with the elevator pitch. Come up with an elevator pitch. Do you guys know what an elevator pitch is? Is that if the CEO, the boss, the employer that you want to work for, if you had 5 seconds or 15 seconds or 30 seconds or 5 minutes with them in the elevator, what would you say to them? So that is 20 to 30 words, answering questions about who you are, the question of who you are and what your value is. And it could be anything. Honestly, you just have to phrase it vizuri. So if you want, you could extend that into something bigger, like a more bigger paragraph and everything. So you have a simple way to introduce yourself if you don't have much time. And then a bigger way, if somebody was asking for a profile in a paragraph or in something written. Number 2, what do? You communicate. You use all forms of communication. Social media, makeup, clothes, accessories. Where are you going and what do you share about it? That is what happens when you're creating a brand. You need to communicate it in everything about you. I'm a simple girl. My style is I don't know what my style is, but I'm very chilled, very African, very artsy. I don't care much for makeup because I can't not touch my face. Also, I don't have the skills ya kujipaka, and I don't know if I want that. Like, I'm very comfortable with my face as it is. I don't want to add anything on it, and I'm not fighting against anybody who does. I'm just saying I am not interested in wearing makeup. My mom never wore makeup. I never saw my mom even I forced her one time to wear lipstick and she took it off before 2 hours were over. Before we barely got into the event, she took off the lipstick. The most she would ever do is put on nail polish. So for myself, if I want to be known, makeup would not be a part of the notion. But if I went somewhere and somebody wanted to give me a full face bit, I would not say no, because for me it would be a very fun experience. But that's not something that I want to communicate to people I care about. So at no point would you find a makeup brand and asking me to market for them, because that's not a part of my brand, So think about that. If you want to be a beauty person, how do you want to be seen? You want to be a CEO, how do you want to be seen? You need to communicate. You don't have to. I'm not saying that you're not going to make it to where you want to go if you don't do these things. But if you want people to see you as a boss lady, then you've got to dress like a boss lady. If you want people to see you as somebody serious, you need to carry yourself as a serious person. Now, what it looks like to be a boss lady is different, because we're often put in boxes that you have to wear this very manly boxed trousers, suits and everything. By all means, no. We have killed those narratives and we're going to continue to kill them. Also, you need to think about you're communicating to who about what. Not everybody works in corporate. Not everybody's going to be in suits. Not everybody wants that or cares about that. Hence, you need to understand what is relevant for your particular field, depending on how you want to be seen. The next thing, after you have created your legend or your story, your personal story, and then you decide how you're going to communicate, you fix up your wardrobe, your look, your image, then you earn your social bankroll. So this means that you are going to make money socially. The money is the people. People are wealth. Your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth, meaning that if I'm stuck somewhere, I'm going to call somebody. If I have an issue, I'm going to call somebody. I want to celebrate my birthday with people, I'm going to call somebody. I want assistance with something, a particular idea in a field that I'm not proficient in, I'm going to call somebody. If you don't have people, you don't have wealth. People are wealth. Sometimes it's more valuable. Sometimes it's more valuable to have people than it is to have actual money. So when you earn your social bankroll, this is basically networking. You build business connections and then you grow your social network. And what does this do? This makes sure that you have people carrying you. You have people co-signing you. You have people talking about you. You have people partnering with you. And you co-partner, you co-brand. So you want to align yourself with brands that represent the same thing as you. And that is what influencers do with this brand endorsements. That yes, you don't care about Royco, but Royco have approached you. Now all of a sudden you're cooking. That's what it looks like to earn your social bankroll. So now other spice companies will want to hire you because they've realized that you're one of them, right? So that's what happens, is that also your legacy does not die easily because you have other people doing word of mouth marketing about who you are. You have people shouting you out. You have people mentioning you in rooms that you can't enter. All right. Another thing that you need to do is to promote efficiently but gently. Remember how, according to Nyawera, we said that don't think that you're it, even if you are it. Like, that should not be the point. The point is, are you plugging in and giving into something greater than yourself? Yes, you're doing what you're doing to make money, but what are you a part of? What are you creating a difference in? So you're good at what you do, so what? Don't be in people's faces, but promote yourself efficiently but gently. And that's because there are so many channels of communication. So you need to choose a social network where your audience lives, your target audience. So come on, after Gen Z, TikTok is a great way to start. And kids are on TikTok. Kids are on TikTok more than on any other site. Like Achana na YouTube Kids, that's for toddlers. Kids who have phones, like 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, preteens and teens, those guys are on TikTok. They're doing all these challenges every single day. There is a whole world. So if that's who you want to reach, then choose like focus on that social network and let it be your main. And then you need to be doing regular updates. You need to be sharing information about your projects, your publications, your achievements, your events. You need to share every relevant information that involves people that somebody might want to know, to want to partner with you in whatever it is that you're offering. Now, this is what everybody does that we all need to stop doing: having attention grabbing stunts. Actively. Because cloud chasing in Kenya works, but it's such low quality PR. Do we want to be known as a country where nobody is relevantly famous? Like, if you're famous, it's because of scandal, because you're a stunt, you're pulling stunts, a cloud chaser, or because you're a politician or a criminal. Is that the only and because you are trending, a viral video? Is that the only kind of fame that people are going to have legitimately in this country? So we need to ask ourselves that. And you need to ask yourself, do I just want to jump on the bandwagon of 15 minutes of fame and then you become completely irrelevant because all you had to offer was a talent and a gift, but not a brand? You didn't have anything aligned to your purpose and identity. So once the fame was no longer there, you pretty much disappeared. You're not doing anything because it was all artificial. It wasn't a real thing with roots. So please avoid attention grabbing stunts. And if it is a brilliant marketing strategy, let it be a marketing strategy and not a stunt. Let it be a real thing that is leading to a real thing. A real campaign that is leading to something that matters. So whatever it is that you're doing that is attention grabbing, can it not be a stunt? Because a stunt means that it's not a real thing. You see Jackie Chan, Schwarzenegger, Chuck Norris, they all have stunt doubles. Like, they do a lot of their stunts themselves or did a lot of their stunts themselves. But they all have stunt doubles to mean that it looks like it's them, but it's not them. That's what a stunt is. It's not real. It is manufactured. So what you're seeing is not the person that you think you're seeing. And that is what a stunt is. It's different from brilliant marketing. If you want people to buy into what you have, let the marketing match the product, or rather let the product match the marketing. So that is a beautiful way that you can align yourself as a brand. There are so many different ways. There is so much information. So let's just go through another process real quick. Number 1 is defining your purpose. We have talked about that. Number 2, you audit your personal brand equity. This means that you need to identify what your value is. We've spoken about that, but you can just put this down as a step mentally. And then what's the other thing that you do? You construct your personal narrative. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is my value. Now this is how I'm going to present myself to people. This is how I'm going to introduce myself. And then now you embody your brand. If you said you're an artist, be an artist at a car show. Be an artist in church. Be an artist when you're seated at home. Be an artist when you're making funny, goofy videos so that nobody ever forgets that you're an artist. Let your interaction always embody your brand, because remember, your brand is not a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. It is who you are. Communicate your brand story. Say that, hey, Caroline Murote Empire started because there was a girl who had a dream and she wanted to do X, Y, Z. And that is why this exists. And this becomes something that other people can buy into. So yes, the brand might be your name, but the brand again is something bigger than you. And it's easy for people to understand what you're about and to buy into what you're selling if you communicate your brand story. All right, I hope we're together. The sixth step is to socialize your brand. Social media, put yourself out there. Go to events, network, tell people, have business cards, be on LinkedIn. These are things that I'm struggling to do, guys. So I'm learning. We're in class right now. And the seventh step is to reevaluate and adjust your brand. So if you feel like you're on Instagram and you actually need to be on X, then do that. If you feel that you need to be on each, but the posting is going to be different, do that. If you realize that you're a corporate who never goes to corporate events and you're never able to meet up with the key players in the corporate industry in your particular world of whatever it is that you do, might be real estate, might be fashion, might be communications and media, then actually start doing that. If you're an artist and you don't engage with other artists, you don't go consuming other people's work, you don't watch, then decide that, no, I'm going to do this now and I'm going to align myself with certain people. I'm going to have a different way of communication. I've not been doing videos. I just do photos and infographics. Now I'm going to create videos. So I hope the girlies are happy because this conversation has come to an end now. Let me know if you've gotten anything worthy about personal branding. And as with every single topic that we introduce, the past couple of weeks have been introductions for the series that we're gonna have. We have experts lined up for you who are going to come and tell us, personal coaches, finance advisors, people who know what they're talking about, the Nyaweras of the world. We're gonna have such people coming here to let us know what it's really like. Ndio pia isikuwe na wadanganya, because that would be awkward. That would be very, very, very awkward. So let me know, pale ile story yetu ya matatu, guys. What experiences do you have? And what did you do about it? We know what the girl did, the lady whose name I don't know because her name has not been put on any of the videos that I watched. So if you know, you can comment wherever you're on YouTube, actually, where you'd be watching this. And if you've had an experience that changed your life, that gave you trauma, I would love to know about that. If there's an experience that made you so happy to be a matatu user, to be a public transport user, let me know about that. I would love to know. So don't be afraid to send that feedback in, even if you're not watching this show live. But if you're watching this live, just to remind you, we are on Power Radio, and we have been enjoying Sheversations with myself, Miss Caroline Murote. And today we had a dope woman doing dope things, which was Nyawera Gashugi, Baby Wamoji, Shot of Baba. And we have been talking about personal branding, which is something Miss Nyawera does really, really well. So think about, as we end this 3/4 of the year, think about who you want people to know you as and what you need to do, and practically do that, so that those of us who started our New Year's resolutions in August will have something to show for December this year. And we're not going to end up feeling like failures or like, oh my God, I could have done so much more and I didn't. No, we can start now. So kama ulishindwa January, ukashindwa June, July, ukashindwa August, October is always a good start. Anytime is a good time to start. You have heard it from me here on Sheversations. I've been so happy to host you, and I hope that this conversation has been beneficial to you. So we're gonna end this show with Niambie by Zena Manasseh and Wema Wako by Shani and Kawera Laura.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Niamini, ninataka uwe wangu milele, kabla upate nishakuwa na mwingine. Niambie, niambie ni mimi, niambie, niambie ni mimi. Sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we. Niambie, niambie, niambie ni mimi, ni mimi. Contemplating my decision on a mission for more. It's such a challenge, got tightrope balance, but it's worth fighting for. Niambie, niambie ni mimi, niambie, niambie ni mimi. Sitaki kujua mwingine, sitaki kujua mwingine, we sitaki kujua mwingine, Sitaki kujua menginewe.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Shani, Laura, you already know.
Tabasamu usoni, furaha moyoni, ninaye rafiki wa kweli, mfalme wa amani. All the sorrows and the worries, nikiwa naye nyepesi. That's why I dance and sing, I dance and sing. Yeah.
No matter where I go, I'm surrounded. And if I ever fall, I'll never take the fall. Cause your blood paid the cost, I'm not bounded. You gave me a brand new chance. Now I'm living like it's heaven on earth since I met you. Don't have to die, go to heaven just to get you. I have that here, I hold you dear. You whisper and I know that I'll make it, that's clear. Every day, talk about grace, yeah, you give it when I pray. Talk about goodness, talk about love, talk about all the blessings that you give from above.
Welcome to the good side, the bright side.
Come as you are, yeah, your life will never be the same.
Welcome to the good side, the bright side.
Pero hoy ako yote watching it all the way.
Steady moving, I'm cruising, steady moving, I'm cruising, steady moving. Wimbo wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wimbo wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.